Does it go more?
No, it's a spook. That's where an animal goes, not people.
Oh, let's go.
Do not!
You ever have those days where you just wake up and decide to get on the road? Because,
Well, we do.
that's what happened to us. We are currently in the city of Canyon, Texas, at Palo Duro Canyon State Park, the second largest canyon in the country. The first being obviously the Grand Canyon.
Which we didn't even know that this was the second until we moved to Texas.
And then one of the neat things that we had to deal with yesterday is we made our reservation sort of last minute. Then the campground turned around and called us and said, "Hey, are you guys still coming? Because there's kind of a blizzard warning in effect. We're having 50-mile-an-hour winds with snow."
And we said, yes, ma'am, we're coming.
We said, absolutely, we're on our way. But anyway, so welcome to Palo Duro Canyon. We're going to go to try and do some hikes. We got a little bit of a late start because it took us a little bit longer to get here. And we'll go from there. So other than that, enjoy some of this footage as we drive into the park.
We have a little bit more of the trail left to go, but we are at the last part, and you can see we're going kind of up. A little bit of a scramble, not much. So far we've been able to do the hike, of course, in our hiking boots, but I think you could wear tennis shoes.
All right, so we made it to the lighthouse. And hike wasn't bad. First 2 3/4 miles were pretty flat. And then,
very flat.
And then the last, like, not even half mile felt pretty vertical, but it's absolutely gorgeous.
Easy to walk. You could have tennis shoes. You don't necessarily need hiking boots. Water would be good. Dogs and kids will have a super easy time. And this is what you finish up with. It doesn't get better than this.
No, it doesn't. So sometimes straying off the beaten path a little bit isn't necessarily a bad thing, as long as you're just respectful of nature. But check this out.
How would you rate that hike, the lighthouse hike, Jeff?
It was great. Had a lot of fun with it. I like the flat, then short, steep, and then flat again, which is nice.
I do too. I'd give that 5 out of 5.
Yeah, it was definitely worth the trip.
Beautiful, great for families, great for dogs. Yes, always bring water, but like, unless it's summertime, you don't necessarily have to have water, but we always advise doing that.
And come early, because it's way busier now.
But this was a fantastic trail, very enjoyable. Now we're gonna go look around the park and see what we're doing. After finishing Lighthouse Trail, we were just looking at the map, trying to drive around the park, finding points of interest, and we saw on the map, as we're going further south in the park, there's a big cave. Well, we just found the big cave.
Well, just finished a quick cave hike. I wouldn't even necessarily call it a hike, more like a pull-off park and play.
They're just called the Big Cave.
Yep. But definitely a good one for kids. Very much an enjoyable experience. There's hundreds of little trails. You can feel like a little explorer, or your children will at least. Well, we did too, actually.
I totally did.
Anyway, definitely one of those places where we would give it a thumbs up and definitely want to stop here. So let's keep going. So, we're sunburned
and windburned.
And windburned, but we were looking around on the maps since this trip was kind of last minute, and we realized that we are only a 26-minute drive from Cadillac Ranch. So if you haven't seen Cadillac Ranch, I'm gonna let the pictures do most of the talking, but long story short, a gentleman buried a bunch of Cadillacs nose down in the dirt, and they've been spray painted like thousands of times.
Redecorated.
Yeah, redecorated as a form of art.
By the guests that come to visit.
And so yeah, we're on our way there right now, and hopefully we're gonna get some neat footage. I'm gonna fly the drone and go from there. But come on. So, just walked right on in. There's a little gate. I'll get us some video of the gate as we go by. And there's lots of people out here just taking a look at these Cadillacs. So just finished up at Cadillac Ranch. One of those things, I guess, planning purposes, 30 minutes if you're just gonna come take photos, or however long if you're gonna paint. And the other thing is, if it snowed or rained recently, like what we encountered,
Bring good shoes, not your chacos with socks.
bring waterproof shoes, because that's the only way you're gonna be spray painting. But
I do think that coming during sunset is phenomenal, because
Yes.
every video, most of the videos we've seen have been during the daytime, getting here early. Come at sunset.
come at sunset. It was gorgeous. Good morning. So today we are going to be doing the rock garden hike, bringing the puppies along with us. And so we're going that way.
Tennis shoes, and Jeff wore his hiking boots just to see what the difference was. There was definitely more elevation than there was on Lighthouse Trail, but I think tennis shoes would be just fine for this particular trail. And there are a bunch of different places where you can stop to take pictures. Our personal opinion is the first big rocky cliff that you come to, where you can see one of the wind turbines way off in the distance. That is like the big first stop you can take. That's the best in our opinion, but you can definitely keep going if you want to.
Yeah, so the nice thing about this hike is that the best views are in the first mile of hiking. So you can kind of, like, if you have a racked and stacked schedule where, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, you can do the first mile, go back, and I'm not going to say you haven't missed anything, but you have seen, you know, some incredible views and incredible experience, and you're ready to move on.
And you got a lot out of the hike.
Yeah. So if you have not come to Lookout Point while you're at Palo Duro Canyon, you're wrong. Actually, you're not really wrong, but highly advised, because look at this. Absolutely incredible. We wanted to give everybody an update. People saw us and honked at us. We wanted to give everybody an update as to our trip. We got advised to come to this particular picnic spot, Lookout Point picnic spot, because they said the views are incredible. And we're like, oh, it's a picnic spot. How good can the views be? They're incredible.
You tell us, how good is this?
But anyway, we got some drone footage. Hopefully you guys are enjoying that. And tomorrow is one more day at Palo Duro, and then we're back on the road. So after a long day of hiking, good time, we decided to hike out on the CCC, the Civilian Conservation Corps Trail, up to what they call Sunset Point to watch the sunset, which, as you can see, the sun's coming down, and we're hopefully going to get some beautiful colors as we watch the sunset. We're going to set up our chairs, cook some dinner, and wait for the sun to go down. So here's a fun fact for you guys if you're ever hiking at night. When you are walking along the trail and you see bright, sparkly white eyes
Reflecting in your headlamp?
Those are spiders. Check it out. It is our third day in Palo Duro, and today is actually we're making a little bit of an easier day. We are hiking to the Palo Duro caves, and you have to download offline maps. There's nothing on any of the park maps or anything, but they say bring headlights, so we brought headlights. And obviously we have water, but we got to go that way. But enjoy the view, and also check this out. We are in an empty parking lot because hardly anybody really knows about it. Even every day we've driven by this spot, there's been like 3 or 4 cars at most doing this hike. So let's get going. Absolutely amazing. This is an incredible experience.
Please bring your headlamp.
Yeah, bring your headlamp. Pretty amazing to consider that down there pops out right here. Good times. So the path on all trails shows it going up and around, but we had so much fun, we're gonna go back down through it again. So
yep, so much fun.